Okay, guys, we'll be starting in a minute. Okay, let me just present my screen. Anubhav, am I audible?
There's a bit of static. Like, can you try
Uh,
changing your microphone or something?
okay, just a second. Yeah, I guess now it must be fine. Yeah, okay. Vaibhav, it's combined. It's a doubt session and an introductory session as well. Okay, so we'll be starting now. Let me just share my screen. Is my screen visible? Okay, let's begin. Okay, so hey everyone, I'm Anmol Vedi and I'm the cloud facilitator of NIT Jalandhar this year. So I'm here to give you some insights into Google Cloud and the program called 30 Days of Cloud. Okay, so before starting, I would like to congratulate everyone for making it to where we are right now. It has been possible only due to your patience and willingness to learn and earn, obviously. Okay, so let's have a look on the agenda of this session first. So first of all, we'll be discussing that what is cloud and why do we need it, right? So and what is Google Cloud Platform and what are all the possible opportunities in this field. Then we'll be discussing about the main program, that's 30 Days of Cloud, and then we'll move on to some practical part here. First of all, I'll introduce you to the platform, both Quick Labs and Google Cloud. Okay, then will be the main task for you all as participants to complete like these tasks. You are supposed to complete these by the end of program. Okay, so the next is I'll be telling you about the rewards, goodies, etc. that you will be receiving after successfully completing all these tracks. Okay, then the main stuff will take all your doubts for like half an hour, and after that we can shift to Google Meet to look into your issues carefully if there exists. Okay, so yeah, now let's quickly discuss what's cloud and why do we need it, right? Okay, so cloud computing is defined as the services offered through remote servers on the internet. These services might include database storage, applications, compute power, and other IT resources over pay-as-you-go pricing model. So what this means is it's like using a system or a portion of it by paying some rent. And why is it necessary? Let's just say that I need a very high-end computer to do some calculations for a month. Now, for that, I won't buy an actual high-end computer and suffer loss in the longer run, right? I'll just use one of these rental services to serve my purpose. Okay. Yeah. So the next part is why are we studying cloud? Okay. So the first thing first most. First of all, it has a high. We the cloud engineers have a competitive salary. Okay. It's a very high in demand skill, and the traditional companies are shifting from their non-portable infrastructure to cloud these days. Okay, and cloud saved our tech world during the pandemic because everyone accessed their offices at home. Okay. So also the average salary of a cloud solutions architect is far more than the average salary of a software engineer here in India. Okay, so now let's talk about the main stuff for which we are here. That's 30 days of Google Cloud. Yeah. So first of all, we'll gain a hands-on experience. Okay. So you'll be gaining hands-on experience by accessing Google Cloud Platform with the help of Quick Labs. And secondly, you'll be learning in the process, and you'll be attempting some actual challenges by the end of every lab. And after that, you'll be gaining skill badges as well. And these badges have a value. You can mention these badges in your resume or LinkedIn. Okay. So moving on. Okay, so firstly, there will be some info sessions for you, like we are having right now. We'll be taking your queries and much more, and we'll try to keep hosting these sessions throughout this month, probably every weekend. Okay, so then there's 30 days of cloud. Now it's not just about self-learning and those goodies, all right. As you're attempting labs, you can onboard your peers and help them to start their journeys to cloud as well. Then, in the end, all those who have successfully completed these requirements will receive certifications and goodies from Google. Okay. So now let's talk about the tracks. Okay. So we are having two tracks to complete within this month. The track one is cloud engineering, and track two is data science and machine learning. So I'll just brief you about what all it covers. So the cloud engineering track. Okay. So it has around six sub tracks. Okay. So the first one will cover basic elements in the cloud like a navigation bar or PowerShell or APIs. All right. The second one, it's perform foundational infrastructure tasks in Google. So here you learn about fundamental elements required to set up a cloud environment. Okay. And the third one is set up and configure a cloud and environment in Google Cloud. Okay. And this will actually set up a cloud environment and use monitoring tools as well. The fourth one is deploy and manage cloud environments with Google. This will introduce you to concepts like CI/CD pipelines. You'll also be using some tools that automate the whole process of building and deploying applications. The fifth one is build and secure networks in Google Cloud. Now, this will cover cloud security, cloud from security's point of view. We'll be learning about safe hosting, access controllers, load balancers, shields, etc. Okay, so this one I personally believe is the most important one. Deploy to Kubernetes in Google Cloud. For those who want to pursue a career in DevOps, they should know about all these tools like Docker and Kubernetes. It's a new field, but it's absolutely worth it. Okay, so moving on to track two, that's data science and machine learning track. Okay, so I have a quick question. Why do we need cloud for machine learning or data science? Can anyone answer that? Uh, I want some answers in the chat box. Can anyone answer me? Like, why do we need cloud for machine learning or data science? To handle big data efficiently, to analyze big data. We can analyze big data in our systems as well, but why aren't we preferring that? To store large amount of data, right? Yeah, cloud is economic. Yeah, our machine learning model is learning daily, so we need to, yeah, this, I guess this is the best answer. Our machine learning model is machine learning models are actually set up and to like be active 24/7. Okay, so they have to like continuously learn from the data, and we cannot like you know we cannot have all of these in our like local servers, because we will have to like, we need cost as well. We need to like pay a high amount of for these, but we can use these services, rental services online, and they'll be cost effective as well. Okay, so moving on. Okay, first of all, thank you for the participation. I really appreciate your responses. Okay, so the first lab in track two, it's getting started with, I think it's the same one, I guess. Yeah, it's the same one. Okay, the second one is perform foundational data, ML, and AI tasks in Google Cloud. Okay, so this will introduce you to some basic APIs and tools related to AI. The third one is Insights from Data by BigQuery. This will cover up topics like Cloud SQL and BigQuery. Talking about its use, you'll need SQL servers while building websites or store users to store users' database, etc. Right. So the fourth one is Engineer Data in Google Cloud. This covers up prediction models that can detect patterns in a certain set of data, or it could the cloud it could use them we can use these models to like make further predictions. Okay, so it can be very complex. I'm talking about these models. These can be very complex. For example, let's talk about a very simple model. For example, I have a data set of people in which I have their names, their place of birth, and age in which they died. So now, using this data, I can build a model that can use this data set, and it can predict when will a person die based on some baseless information like their name or place of birth. Obviously, it won't be accurate, but because the factors are considered are just name and place of birth, I'm just giving an example of a prediction model. This is how prediction models work. Okay, the fifth one is integrate with machine learning APIs. Here we'll learn briefly about APIs and how to integrate them with your applications or web apps. The last one is explore machine learning models with explainable AI. This will cover the what if tool and some recognition models. Okay, so moving on. Yeah. Now talking about these cloud skill badges. What is a skill badge? It's an exclusive digital cloud Google Cloud an exclusive digital Google Cloud skill badge demonstrates your growing Google Cloud recognized skill set. Actually, they look good on your resume and LinkedIn, and I know it from some sources that HRs do prefer your profile if any of these Google badges is in your resume or your LinkedIn. Okay, so how will you earn these badges? Of course, you'll have to complete those labs and tracks, right? Okay, so moving on. So 30 days of cloud is about learning elements of cloud, okay, building a network of folks like you, and sharing knowledge and helping each other and growing as a person in this process. Okay, so moving on to the very important part, I guess many of you are facing an issue in this. That is Quick Labs credit for students. So first of all, after registering, you'll be receiving emails, right? Most of you have, I guess most of you have received emails, but I think the rest will receive emails till Monday evening. Okay. So in the mail, you'll just have to click enter your code button, and it will take you to directly to Quick Labs. Okay, then you just have to like add that code, and you'll receive 9 credits first. Then you'll have to complete the tour of Cook Labs and Google Cloud track. It's not a track, it's a lab actually, to get a free monthly pass. All right, I'll just show you. uh, it's this one. Okay, so like after clicking on that enter your code and doing that stuff, I have received 9 credits. Okay, but after now my task is to complete this lab. Okay, after completing this lab, I'll be receiving a monthly subscription. Okay, so what all is in these labs? First of all, you'll have to create a lab. Okay, then you will receive some credentials and a project ID. Okay, and then you can use those credentials to log into Google Cloud Server, and though these credentials are pretty temporary. Okay, they'll be deleted after these 45 minutes or when you terminate it manually. Okay, and in between you'll have to perform some tasks like creating a using an API, or creating an app, or hosting a website, etc. Okay, so moving back. Okay. 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 So if you are facing any issues, first of all, you can discuss it with your peers or your friends. Okay. If that doesn't work, you can contact me or any of the admins in those groups. Okay. If even that doesn't work, then you can mail your problem to dscsupport@quicklabs.com. Okay. They might take some time to reply, but they will. Okay. So now talking about the rewards for students, for which I guess most of us are here. Okay, so there are two options actually. If you'll complete any one of those tracks, you'll be receiving, first of all, you'll be receiving a Google certificate from Google. Okay, then you'll be receiving these a T-shirt and those stickers. Okay, and one thing more, only those will be rewarded. You should like enroll and complete those tracks after 27th. All right, if you are doing completing any of those tracks before 27th, you won't be considered for these goodies. Okay, so the option two is if you complete both the tracks, then you will be receiving a T-shirt, stickers, a bag from Google, a water bottle, and a certificate, obviously. Okay, so moving on. Okay, so thank you for your patience, for like for bearing me. Okay, so now we are open to queries. I have mentioned some frequently asked questions in the next slide. So if you guys have doubts, anything other than that, then you can like type it in the chat box, and we'll take your doubts. Okay, now you can go through these and If there's anything else, you can ask it in the chat box. Okay, just a second. I need to check your doubts. Do we have any lecture for each lab or just read the documentation and complete the lab? Yeah, you can just read those documentations and complete the labs. Okay. Do we need to complete the tour of quick labs after 27th or before? You can do it before as well. I'm talking about rest of the tracks. Okay. My monthly subscription ends on 25th October, so I perform this before. Yeah, it's better to like perform it before 25th. I guess there's a criteria for receiving a monthly subscription for the second month as well, but let's not just rely on that. I should I should take which track as I don't have much idea about them. Shubhankar, you should I think go for the first track. Just a second. You should go start it track wise as they're numbered. You should go for cloud engineering. Okay. So could you tell what do you mean by a tour of quick labs? Does it mean completing? No, it just means a basic introduction about the platform. I completed Cloud Lab 1 on 25th September, following which my monthly subscription will be activated on 25th September. It will end on. No, there won't be any issue. If you like you have completed those tracks before 24th October, you will be considered for the goodies. Do we need to complete both the tracks? Navreet, there's an option. You can like either you can go for completing any one of the tracks and the goodies will be a little less. Okay, if you have completed both the tracks, then you'll be receiving more goodies. It's as simple as that. Okay. Any other doubt? Can you repeat that tour of quick labs? Ankit, do you want me to share my like present it on my screen? Okay, so yeah, a tour of quick labs is I think the first lab in quick labs. Okay, a tour of quick labs and to Google Cloud. So first of all, you'll have to start lab. I won't start it because I'll lose my credits. Okay, so first of all, you'll just have to click here, start a lab, and then you'll have these things: username, password, and GCP project ID. Okay, you just have to copy username and password and prefer going to incognito mode and then log in into Google Console. Okay, and then log in with these credentials. Okay, then you'll have to perform the tasks as mentioned, and don't just like read and do those tasks. Just learn them because in the end of every lab, you'll be having an assessment round where you won't be given any guidelines. Okay, you'll have to figure it out on yourself by yourself. Okay, so first of all, you'll have to like read all these and answer some questions, right? I'll just show you. Okay, I haven't started the lab, so I can't answer these. Okay, so after that, this is the Google Cloud platform, if it's visible. Okay, they'll tell you to like, in this lab, I think they'll just tell you to like, just see the navigation bar or activate an API or just open the API section, right? Yeah, this is the navigation bar of Google Cloud. Okay, so after like completing all these tasks, there will be these assessment questions or something related to like check if that lab is done or not. Okay, I think it's here or is it? No, it's not. Okay, so after that, after completing all those tracks, your score will be displayed on the top right corner. It will be out of 100. Okay, so after that you can just end the lab. Okay. Any other doubt?
So, sorry to interrupt. One
Yeah.
thing that we need to like have in mind, the tour of quick lab is quite a short lab, so we can finish it in 1 or 2 minutes. But if you finish it before a particular limit, then you won't get the credit extension. So do hold it for at least 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Even if you
absolutely.
are even if you're done with it, do hold it for at least 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. No, there's no minimum score to earn that badge. You just have to like complete those tracks, and it's pretty easy to score. You just have to do whatever is written in the like commands. Yeah. Any other doubt? Could you again please explain that where do we need to start our labs and quests? From which platform? Okay. First of all, you must have received a mail. Okay, you just have to like click on that button, enter your code. Okay, that will take you to Quick Labs. Okay, then you'll have to enter that code, and then you can sign in with your Quick Labs account, which you mentioned in that Google form. Okay, anything else? There should be 100% in each lab. Yeah, some labs have tasks. Yeah, every lab. Let me try and show something to you. Okay, just a second. I'll. Okay. Till the time you can keep your doubts coming. I'll just show you. Just a second. Okay. Let me present my screen. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So in Quick Labs, okay, when you'll move further, yeah. For example, this is a part of the Kubernetes track, Kubernetes lab. Okay. So in this, you'll have first of all you'll have to like start your lab. You'll have to use those credentials and go to Google Cloud platform. Okay. Then you'll have to just first of all my like suggestion is before starting the lab, just go through all the written material in this. I think there's some learning material or learning resources as well. Okay, so after like completing every task, you'll there's an option to check my progress. Okay, so by clicking on this check my progress, if you have done it, completed this task in your Google Cloud platform, then you'll be like given the score as well. Okay, like after completing every task, you can just click on check my progress, and it will automatically generate scores. Okay, there's one more and etc. Okay, so do we have any other doubt? Is it mandatory to have 100% score to earn a skill badge? Yup, Paramveer, it is. Actually, it's not something like they'll grade you or stuff. If you have completed a task, you'll be generated full scores. Okay, so some of you are facing an issue of like zero credits. Like if you like you have followed those steps in the email like given, you have like entered your code and you have logged in, and you haven't received credits. Okay, so for that you'll have to contact the that I mentioned. You have to contact their their support alias, DSC support at quicklabs.com. Okay, that's the last option, all right. Or you can just wait till 27th eve, okay, and check out for if you have received those credits. Tanya, have you like followed all the steps mentioned in the email? Any suggestion how we proceed with labs these 30 days, like maintaining notes for better retention? Yeah, you can like some of these labs are actually just introductory. You won't have like there's nothing to like note down, but some labs like if you are attempting the Kubernetes labs, okay, Kubernetes and Docker, they are pretty important like from careers point of view. Okay, so you can like go for like I'll suggest like if you are attempting something like there's the first lab of containing like creating a container in Docker. Okay, so you can like go on to some external resources and just like uh, learn what is Docker and what is like what are containers and like stuff. Okay, and if you are like interested in machine learning, you can like create your models of your own and like host them and host or deploy them on Google Cloud Platform. What if someone didn't receive a mail on 27th evening? Gautam, you can just directly contact me or mention it in the group. Okay, you can contact any of those admins. Okay, so if you guys won't like receive those credits, I'll just prepare a list and send it to the team. Okay, you don't have to worry about that. We have to paste our account link in Quick Labs and Incognito, then go further or any other method for incognito. You don't have to attempt all of those labs always in incognito. Okay. And those accounts, those credentials that you'll receive, they are temporary. They'll just be deleted by the end of every lab.
Thing is the temporary credentials keeps on piling up in your browser, and then it makes permission issues. So it's better to use incognito mode.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Is there any prerequisites to complete those tracks? No, actually, there are no prerequisites. You just have to like go through the documentation provided and complete those labs accordingly. We can have some like doubt sessions like every weekend if you guys want that. Do we have any other doubt? We'll be here till 6:40. Okay, sure. Okay. Yeah. Noor, you'll start on 27th. Okay. Like you can start in the morning itself. Okay. Just a second. Yeah.
One more thing to mention. So if you have redeemed the credits before 27th, so your credits will be expiring after a 1 month. After 1 month, like it may be 24th or 25th October. So you are required to complete the labs before the credit period of your account that gets expired. So if your credits are expiring on 24th October, you will have to complete the labs before 24th. That becomes a trailing deadline. Yeah.
Okay, so one more thing, there's a very common error, very common bug, or like when you'll start lab, some of you will face an issue that the lab is started, but you haven't received those credits like like the temporary ID or password or the project ID. Okay, so for that you either you can wait for like 5 to 10 minutes, or you can restart that lab. Okay, that's a very common issue that's due to a server problem. Okay. Okay, so we have time. I'll just like uh, demonstrate this first lab to you all. Okay. So just a minute. Okay, so how will you start a lab? I'll just click on start lab. Okay. Yeah, so now you can see I've received a username, password, and a GCP ID. Okay, I'll just copy it. I'll go to Google Console. I'll just type my email and type my password in. Okay. These are temporary, they'll be deleted. Okay, so I'll click accept. Okay, so this is the official Google Cloud platform, as you can see. Okay, this is the dashboard. Okay, just a second. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So this is the main dashboard. Okay. This is the navigation bar where you'll have stuff like IoT implications, APIs, SQL, Kubernetes, compute engine, virtual machines, etc. Okay, there's something called a virtual machine. It's like out of context. A virtual machine is something like you are accessing an like a proper computer remote. Like you are using a rented computer. Okay, so okay, moving back, overview. Let's just skip it. What will you learn? Okay, prerequisites, creating a virtual machine, quick labs fundamentals, start button, credit, timer, score. Okay, paying for a lab. Yeah, for every lab you will be using 1 credit, or it can range from 1 to 7 depending on the lab. Okay, so this builds a temporary environment in Google Cloud. That's the start lab. Obviously, when your timer reaches zero, you'll lose access to your temporary Google Cloud environment. True, because these credentials will be deleted. Okay, let's just not dive that deep. Okay, I just started the lab. Okay, then what it's saying is also these test your understanding. They don't carry any marks or scores. Okay, just skip it. Projects in the yeah, projects in the cloud console. Google Cloud projects were explained in the section about the contents of the connection. Okay, just leave it. View all the projects in Google Cloud Console title bar. Next to your project name, click the drop down menu. In the select a project dialog, click all. Okay, so these are all the active projects in this ID. Okay, do not switch over to the Quick Labs resources project at this point. However, you may use it later in the day. Okay, navigation menu and services. Now, as I told you, this is the navigation bar. Okay, uh, okay, it is divided into seven main categories. That is compute for computational services. There's storage for data storage for storing your big data or storing, uh, for example, this Google Drive. Okay, then there's networking. Then there's cloud operations, tools, big data, artificial intelligence. It will consist of some APIs. Then there are roles and permissions. Okay. On the navigation menu, click I am an admin. On the navigation menu, click I am an admin. Oh, where is it? Yeah, I am an admin. And this opens a page that contains a list of users and specifies permissions and roles granted to specific accounts. Find Quick Labs username assigned with. Uh, yeah, student. Okay. The member column displays this roles and permissions. Okay, so basically, when you are working in a company and that company has its infrastructure on cloud, you will be accessing like your workbench with your username, and the admin will assign you roles according to it. That's why we have this. Okay, then we are moving on to APIs and services. APIs are application programming interfaces that you can directly or via the client that you can call directly or via the client APIs. For example, a Maps API. Like using a Maps API, you can use Google Maps or any other API in your like web projects. Okay, task 4: view available APIs. Okay, moving on. Navigation menu. Click on APIs and services, then library. Okay, APIs and services, then library. Yeah. Okay. So in the API search bar, type Dialogflow. Yeah, we have Dialogflow API. Okay. Now they're saying to enable it. Okay, enabled. Yeah. Now click the back button in your browser to verify that that the API is now enabled. Let it be enabled first. Mm, okay. Now it's saying API enabled. Okay. Click Try this API. A new browser tab displays documentation of Dialogflow API. Okay, try this app. Yeah, so this is the official documentation of, I think, okay, all the APIs. Okay. To return to the main page of Cloud Console, on the navigation menu, click Home. Okay, and we are back to the dashboard, I guess. Yeah. Okay, test your understanding. Sleep. And now there's an important thing. It's a very important concept. It's a cloud shell. Like we have PowerShell or CMD in our systems. Okay. To activate Cloud Shell, there's a button on top right. Okay, so let's just wait. Okay, so yeah, activate Cloud Shell. Continue. After the Cloud Shell is provisioned, a new pane opens at the bottom of the console with the message prompts like "Welcome to Cloud Shell." Okay. To run the following command and then click Authorize if prompted. Okay. I have copied this command. Continue. Provisioning your Google Cloud Shell machine. Okay, so yeah, you I guess it's visible. It's written "Welcome to Cloud Shell" and stuff. Okay, so now I'll just paste that command and click Enter. Authorize. Okay, pretty. Yeah, now it's active. Now what's the second thing? To create now they're telling us to create a file. Okay, so the this PowerShell actually uses commands based on Linux. So to create any file in Linux, we use touch command. So just a second in lowercase. I'll just type touch and what's the file name? Text. Okay, test.txt. Okay, now it has created a a test file to view the view the contents of that folder. I'll just type ls and I'll press enter. So now we have two files: readme cloud shell.txt and test.txt. For example, let's just create anything else. I'll just type touch anmol dot let it be txt. Okay. And now if I'll type ls, now I can see three files. Okay, one mole.txt, test.txt, and the readme one. Okay, moving on. To edit a file, type nano. To edit a file in Linux, there are many options. They have mentioned nano, but I'll be using VI editor. So what you have to do, you'll just have to type VI space the file name. Okay, so I've typed a VI space and modulo.txt. Now it will open the VI text editor. Okay, so now I'll just type something like hello world, obviously. Okay, so okay, now I'll just save it. Oh, I think I wrote hello world, but okay. So okay, so to display the contents of the file, I'll type cat. Okay, and the file name. So now, yeah, it's displaying the contents of file hello world. Okay, I'll just edit it once again. Uh, I'll add okay, Google Cloud and I'll just save it. Now I'll display it again. Cat. Okay, so one more thing, you can just use arrows to traverse between your previous commands that you have used. Like I'm just pressing the arrow, the upward arrow. Okay, so it has it saves all your commands that you have used previously. Okay, so now I'll just display all the contents of that file. So yeah, you can see hello world and Google Cloud. Okay, you can create similar files with different extensions as well. For example, a bash file or a doc file. Okay, moving on. So yeah, to display the contents, you'll be using cat, right? So to end your lab, you just have to click end lab. Okay. So and this will automatically be terminated. Okay. Let's just click end lab. Submit. Thanks for reviewing the lab. Okay. Done. Yeah, this is like a very basic process that you'll be following while completing your labs. Okay. Yeah. So after that, you can wait for like 20-30 minutes. These 9 credits will most probably be converted into a monthly subscription. Okay. Okay, so do we have any other doubt now? But got monthly subscription. Can I do it once again, or I just read the document and only ticked the MCQs in the lab. Haven't performed the tasks. No, you don't like don't have to like perform those tasks. If Okay, let me just present. Wait a second. Okay, so in some labs, they will check your progress. Okay, and this was the previous lab. It was a very basic one, so they aren't like checking any progress. But in other labs, they will like check your progress after completion of every task, and you'll be receiving scores according to that. Okay. Okay. So, do we have any other doubt? Yep, Web. These are Linux commands. And I think, yeah, you all of us need Linux if we are like if we want to pursue like any career in this tech field. Okay, so we'll wait till 6:55 for your doubts, and then we can conclude it. Can I read the document and attend MCQs before starting the lab? No, you can't. Actually, they won't take inputs if you haven't started that lab. You can ask anything, like anything related to cloud or can you tell how to do the two lab? You mean the first one? Okay, just a second. Is my screen visible? Yeah, it is. Okay, so in the two lab, okay, the first lab is free actually. They won't charge you any credits. Let me just refresh it once again. Yeah, now you can see my like those 9 credits were converted into monthly subscription. Okay, so I'll just start that lab again. Okay, after starting a lab, you'll receive username password. Okay, so you just have to open that console and add these credentials. These are temporary, so you don't have to save it. I'll just like do it quickly now. Okay, please like have a look on in it carefully. Just a second. Okay, so this is the main dashboard of it's the official Google Cloud platform, and this is the main dashboard. Okay, it will like display all your hosted web apps, all your services used, the billing schemes, etc. Okay, so this is the navigation bar. It will like it has been divided into something like compute services, serverless services, storage services, database services. Okay, application integrations, APIs, networking, etc. Okay, so first of all, I'll go to IAM and admin. Okay, so now, okay, then let's just go. Okay, so this will display all the users, and we can like since we are the admin, we can assign them roles accordingly. Okay, we can like just a second. You need permission for this action. Okay, so this is like our account right now. Okay, and here you can like check all the ongoing projects in your organization. Okay, and then there are plenty of resources actually. Let me just go go through something like a Kubernetes engine if you want to use Kubernetes services. Okay, yeah, Kubernetes engine API, and then there's you can like add IoT integrations as well. You can use SQL. Okay, uh, what's more? You can like use containers. Containers are similar to virtual machines, but they are more flexible. Okay, so what's more? What's more? Okay, so then there's I think just one element. Yeah, the shell. Okay, so now we'll talk about the main component of this platform. That's the Cloud Shell. It will take time. Okay, so this is the like yeah, this is similar to PowerShell or Linux kernel. Okay, so currently we are in a folder. So to display the contents of like what are the contents in the files and directories in that folder, we'll type ls. Okay, this is mentioned in the documentation as well. Okay, I'll type ls and then hit enter. Currently, there's only one file, that's readme-cloudshell.txt. Okay, so to create a file in Linux, I'll type touch. Okay, it's a command. Touch space anything. Let's just say okay, who was it? It was Darpan. Okay. Okay, let's just say text touch darpan.txt. Okay. So now it will create a file named darpan with the extension .txt. I'll type ls again, and now you can see there's one more file called darpan. Okay. Now, if I want to type something in that file, I'll just use a command called, I'll just use editors. In Quick Labs documentation, they have used Nano, but I prefer using VI. Okay, because it has a like a better error handling system. VI space darpan.txt. Okay, so now it has opened like the file. So to type anything, I'll just let's just say hello world or Google or anything like let's just type something random. Okay, so now I'll just save it. Okay, so now to display the contents of these files, there's a command called cat. Okay, cat can be used to enter like contents in a file as well, but let's just not like dive that deep. Okay, cat darpan.txt. Okay, so now it will display the contents of that file. Also, there's an alteration. Instead of cat, you can type pack. Okay, let's see what it does. It will display the contents of those files inversely. Like it will start from the left, from the last line. Okay, so I think that's all in the tour of Quick Labs. Or is there something else? Yeah, I think that's it. Yep. So like after completing that lab, you can just close it, close the cloud platform, and then you can end your lab. Okay. Yeah, done. It's that simple. Okay, so do we like have any other doubts? Sir, I have received the monthly subscription. I want to know how to start tour one out of two tours available after 27th. Uh, Puneet, do you mean the first lab? Puneet, can you like elaborate your question?
There a link in the group that has all the links for all the labs. Just pick up each quest link and keep on completing the labs.
Yeah, that will be
Yep.
better.
So I guess we are good to wrap up.
Yeah,
Th- Thank you, folks. Thank you for joining. If you have any pending query, you can ask us in the group. We'll be there to assist you throughout the month. See you in the cloud. Thanks.
yeah. Thanks a lot. Could you please let me know how to start tour one?